Today we have brought you the latest Tesla news. Tesla declines funding to build massive superchargers due to payment options. Tesla V4 superchargers unveiled in Europe could launch this month. Vancouver Tesla owner says app glitch allowed him to drive away in someone else's Model 3. And US Transport Secretary criticizes naming of Tesla Autopilot. Let's get into all the details. So let's get started. Tesla has declined $6.4 million in funding that would have been used to build 4 massive supercharger stations in California due to stipulations with integrated payment methods that must be utilized to receive the money. In September, Tesla planned to build 4 massive superchargers, some with more than 100 total stalls, making them amongst the largest in the world. The superchargers were expected to be located throughout California, including a 164-stall site in Coalinga and 2 100-stall sites in Willows and Barstow. California continues to lead the country in Tesla ownership, so it is ideal that the largest supercharger stalls be located there. Tesla was going to receive funding for these projects through the California Energy Commission's Clean Transportation Rural Electric Vehicle Charging Program and was set to receive $6.4 million to build out these massive stations. However, Tesla will not accept the funding, according to a letter obtained by Drive Tesla, as the stipulations related to payment infrastructure requirements are not something the automaker will align with. Tesla's policy and business development lead in California, Jennifer Cohen, wrote the following to SEC. The California Clean Energy Commission, SEC, has been a great visionary in the expansion of electric vehicle charging infrastructure in California. Unfortunately, due to unnecessarily cumbersome payment infrastructure requirements, we are unable to utilize this award. According to the program's application manual, qualifying chargers must have multiple point-of-sale methods and require stalls to offer payment methods, such as ISO 15118 plug and charge, a device which accepts RFID or smart cards, or payment through mobile apps. Tesla's superchargers do not have screens, and the vehicle connects to the supercharger with the credit card linked to the owner's account. This creates a streamlined and touchless payment process and is simply linked to the card on file. Tesla may not have plans to implement a POS system on its superchargers, and this would immediately disqualify it from qualifying for the funding anyway. However, the state granted the automaker the ability to make the choice themselves, and they declined. As for the supercharger stations, it is unclear whether the plans will move forward. However, Tesla continues to build out its robust supercharger network, which makes it more than believable that it will be able to find funding from other sources. Tesla recently opened some of its supercharger network to non-Tesla EVs, so it could qualify for a slice of $7.5 billion set aside for the expansion of the EV charging network through the bipartisan infrastructure deal. Moving to the next update, Tesla V4 superchargers unveiled in Europe could launch this month. Tesla's first V4 superchargers are set to launch in Europe in March, bringing the newest and fastest iteration of the company's industry-leading charging infrastructure to light. Tesla's supercharging network has been the best in the industry, and it's no secret. Its locations, dependability, and innovation have contributed to the automaker being one of the few that has been able to offer enough charging stations to support its demand. In 2019, Tesla first started rolling out V3 superchargers, which were the fastest at the time and offered charging speeds of up to 250 kilowatt, offering 1,000 miles of range per hour when obtainable. Now, the new V4 superchargers are ready to be launched in Europe just a few weeks after construction began. On March 3, the first installations were spotted at a supercharging station in Harderwijk, the Netherlands, and are expected to support a 1,000-volt architecture that will enable faster charging speeds and could be used by more manufacturers. It appears these stations are complete and have been revealed and tested by Tesla staff in the Netherlands. Frits van Ens said they spoke to Tesla staff at the site over the past several days. Recently, at least 10 people were spotted at the site, but they were reprimanded for taking pictures. However, the installation has been completed, and Tesla staff told them that these V4 superchargers are set to open this month. Tesla's supercharging website does not have this location updated yet. It still appears to list the previous superchargers on the page, but it does state that non-Tesla vehicles are able to charge at the site. It is not known whether these vehicles will be able to utilize the V4 supercharger. At first glance, the new V4 superchargers appear to be similar to Tesla's 72 kilowatt chargers in appearance. They also appear to equip a longer charging cable, which would enable other vehicles to charge with ease. They also appear to be close in design to the mega chargers the Tesla Semi uses at the Frito-Lay factory in California. The first rumors of the V4 supercharger began to swirl in July 2022, hinting towards CCS support for non-Tesla owners. Tesla has seemingly moved toward it, as it has been installing the Magic Dock on some superchargers in the United States, enabling other EVs to utilize the robust network. It is not yet known when Tesla will roll out the V4 superchargers in the United States. However, Tesla opened its non-Tesla EV pilot program in Europe several years ago and just started enabling the same strategy in the US. Tesla could be utilizing the European market as an initial testing phase of the new V4 superchargers before bringing them to its home country. Moving to the next update, Vancouver Tesla owner says app glitch allowed him to drive away in someone else's Model 3. One of the best features of a Tesla vehicle is the ability to control your car through the mobile app. But according to one Tesla owner in Vancouver, that technology has a glitch that allowed him to drive away in someone else's Model 3. The incident happened to Rajesh Randev, who told his story to Global News last week. Drive Tesla was able to contact Randev in an attempt to verify some of the information in his story and found some information. Last week, Randev was leaving to go pick up his kids from school when he got into what he thought was his white Model 3, which happened to be parked right next to his actual white Model 3. After driving for a while, Randev said a few things caught his attention, like a crack in the windshield he had never noticed before, and that his charger wasn't in its usual spot. After calling his wife to ask if she knew about the crack. His wife had been rear-ended the day before, and he thought the crack might have formed from the damage. After that, Randev said he got a series of text messages from someone asking if he was driving a Tesla. As it turns out, that was the actual owner of the car who told him he was driving the wrong Tesla. If you're wondering how the actual owner obtained Randev's number, he said the other owner was able to open his car and find a document that had his cell phone number. After stopping the Model 3 to try and figure out what had happened, Randev said he was able to get back in, start the car, and drive away again, something which he should not have been able to do without the proper access, either through the mobile app or a key card. According to Randev, he was driving the wrong Model 3 for an hour and a half that day and wonders why he was able to do so. Since the original story was published last week, there have been a lot of questions about how this happened. One of the theories is that the owner was still nearby and the car recognized his mobile device. However, Randev said the other owner only uses a key card, which he still had on him when they met up to exchange cars. Randev was also able to take videos of him getting in and out of the car and driving it, all without a key card or mobile app access. Randev and Global News attempted to contact Tesla to find out what had happened, but as we all know, the automaker has disbanded their press department and the emails bounced back because the mailbox was full. Moving to the last update, US Transport Secretary criticizes naming of Tesla Autopilot. Tesla's Autopilot has many fans, but the US Transportation Secretary is not one of them. Pete Buttigieg went all out on the driver assist package, claiming the term autopilot was an abuse of the word, as drivers are still required to keep both hands on the steering wheel. However, while Buttigieg's department is investigating Tesla's driver's assist package, the minister admits that marketing is not part of the probe. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, an agency under the DOT, is probing Autopilot's connection to multiple collision and sudden braking incidents. One of them cleared Autopilot in a fatal crash. In an interview with Bloomberg, Buttigieg said, "I wouldn't call something autopilot if the manual explicitly says that you have to have your hands on the wheel and the eyes on the road all the time." That's not saying anything about the NHTSA scope of investigation. I'm just saying at a common sense level. I think that's a concern. Bureaucratically, Buttigieg's department has no jurisdiction over product naming. However, the Justice Department does, and it started probing whether Tesla had been misleading the public on its claims about Autopilot last year. Tesla recently touted Autopilot's safety record, claiming one crash every 4.85 million miles. Tesla markets another product called Full Self-Driving, which despite its name, requires drivers to be fully concentrated on the road and keep their hands on the wheel. That's it for now. So what are your thoughts about this? Let us know in the comments. Stay tuned at the Electric Arena for all the latest Tesla and electric vehicle news.